Hello everyone, it is that time again and it is time to do my May empties and replacements. So I'm going to show you all my empties, talk about my opinions of them, and then show you guys what I am replacing them with. So starting with one of my smallest categories, which is laundry products, I finished up the Arm & Hammer Power Sheets laundry detergent. This was like a sample little pack of these that I got. Here's the thing, I really like the concept of this. I think this is probably way better for the environment because it doesn't use like the big plastic tubs, anything like that. I was impressed that the sheets actually did clean my clothes. I was a little wary of the performance of these, but I actually thought they worked quite well. Here's the unfortunate part. Arm & Hammer, unfortunately, is not cruelty-free. So for that reason, I would not repurchase these. But if a cruelty-free brand made these, I would totally purchase this because I really like the concept of this product. But as a replacement, I'm going back to my Everspring Free and Clear laundry detergent, which I believe is cruelty-free for anyone who's looking for cruelty-free laundry products. Another category with only one product is my candles. I used up this Emerald Amazon candle, which is palm and aloe scented, which is from Threshold, which is like the Target brand. I was really disappointed by this candle because I love how the wax smells. Like, it's just such like a clean, fresh, like almost spa-like scent, I guess is a good way to describe it. But the scent projection on this was so weak. So when this was burning, I felt like it was hardly ever that I really caught a whiff of this when it was burning. So unfortunately, I am not going to repurchase this. I also don't know if Threshold is cruelty-free or not for their candles. I'm gonna assume no, but I would have liked this a lot more if I could have actually gotten some scent projection off of it. And then I can't show you the replacements for this right now because unfortunately they are both burning and I did not time this out correctly. But I'm using up the Yankee Candle, like little smaller size candle in their Plumeria scent. And then I'm using up some just like, I don't even know what the brand is. It's like the generic Kohl's brand candle, but I'm burning them at the same time because neither one has a super strong scent projection. So I was hoping by combining them that it just might make it a little bit stronger of a scent projection. Okay, I think this is my last category with only one replacement. This is the Bath & Body Works Pocket Back in the Fresh Amalfi Lemon scent. I loved this scent so much. I love this lemon scent because it wasn't like a lemon cleaner scent or anything like that, or like sickeningly sweet, but to me it reminded me of like lemon sour heads, like the candy. But I love this scent so much. And here's my thing, y'all. As you guys know, I try really hard to only buy and use products from cruelty-free brands. And Bath & Body Works used to be considered a cruelty-free brand, but I believe they're not classified as that anymore, which is really disappointing because I own so many Bath & Body Works products, especially for candles, hand sanitizers, and soaps. Like, those are the three big like categories that I own from Bath & Body Works. So on one hand, I really don't want to keep buying from them because they're not considered cruelty-free anymore, but I haven't found replacements of those products from cruelty-free brands that I like yet, especially for hand sanitizer. So unfortunately for the time being, and I have backups of it, so I'm going to keep using Bath & Body Works products a little bit, but I am going to try to seek out some cruelty-free alternatives. I just haven't found anything yet, but I liked this scent, so I would repurchase this scent if I continue to like buy from Bath & Body Works, if that makes sense. And then I'm replacing it with the Bath & Body Works Japanese Cherry Blossom. I also like these because they're so affordable compared to a lot of hand sanitizer brands. I have the holder for them, so they stick on my work bag really nice. I don't know. This is just going to be a hard transition for me to find a cruelty-free version of this that I like and that works for me in the way that these do. Okay, moving on to another small category. This is perfumes. I really did not go through that many perfumes. I think I've been a little burnt out on how many perfume samples I used already in this year, and like I just kind of want to stick to perfumes that I know that I liked the scent of. So I only used these two little samples. I used Skylar's Coconut Cove and Azaro The Most Wanted, and neither of these I would repurchase. Skylar smelled fine. I just think I used to like coconut scents a lot more, I think, in like middle school, high school for summer scents. I think I've just grown out of it and I don't really gravitate towards coconut scented things. So it smelled fine. It is just not for me anymore. And then the Azaro one, okay. I do like a masculine cologne scent sometimes, but this one was just not up my alley in the slightest. Like, this was so like Axe body spray, overpowering, spicy, like almost like headache inducing scent. Like, I just did not like this at all. It was just too strong for me. Also, I'm pretty sure Zara is not a cruelty-free brand, so I wouldn't even buy it already for that reason. But this was just not a cologne scent that I liked. So now I'm using up the Lancôme La Vie Est Belle Little Eau de Parfum. Okay, next we're gonna do like body care products, I guess. So I finished up the First Aid Beauty KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub. This has 10% AHA and it's in the fresh strawberry scent. I wanted to like this so badly because I feel like I see this over my TikTok or just like other social media all the time. But this just did not live up to the hype for me. A couple things on it. One, it's a very fine grit. So if you find like the Shea Sugar scrubs too textured, too gritty, too harsh, this might be up your alley. I don't mind a little more like textured rough grit, especially because I only use an exfoliant once a week. But I thought it was perfectly fine on the exfoliant side. I will say, because it's such a fine grit, I had a little bit of a hard time sometimes getting it rinsed off my body, especially in like crevices or like things like that where it kind of got trapped. And even though I was rinsing it off, sometimes I would still come out of the shower and feel a little bit gritty. It also would stick to the bottom of my tub sometimes. And so it took a little more work washing this off of like the bottom of my tub and off of me than I've experienced with other scrubs. 3, it has a little bit thicker consistency to it, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but it made it really hard to use because it was in this squeeze tube. If it was a thinner consistency, I don't think it would have been as much of an issue, but because it was so thick, it got really hard to squeeze out of this, especially in the shower. So I definitely think for this consistency, if they want to keep it this thick, it would have been better in a tub so that you can just scoop it out and not have to be like trying to really mangle the bottle and squeeze this out. I also didn't really notice a difference with the KP part of this and the AHAs. Granted, like I said, I only use an exfoliant once a week, so I was not using this daily, and there's a good chance that I just wasn't using it frequently enough to actually see a difference. But that was a very long way to say that I would not repurchase this. I just don't think I am the target demographic for this. But to replace it, I'm using the Mud Masky Velvety Glow Body Scrub. And this has a blend of roses, real mango, and real lemons, and bamboo. I also used up this little hand cream. This is the Grown Alchemist Restorative Hand Cream. Okay, I liked this product, but I think it has a design flaw to it, which is why I would not repurchase it. I thought it smelled perfectly fine. Like, it has an ever so slightly, not like chemically almost scent, but the initial notes are pretty. I thought it did a decent job moisturizing my skin. It sank in decently quick. It didn't feel super greasy. But the fact that it's in this aluminum tube was an issue. And here's the thing, I get it. Aluminum packaging is probably way better for the environment than the plastic packaging is and can probably be like reused and repurposed. But it doesn't work super great for a product like hand cream, because to get the product out, you're like bending, you're folding, you're squeezing the tube. And as you do that, it gets really worn down. And so I initially had this in one of my bags, but because I had to fold it so much and I was wearing down, it was starting to leak out of this like sides where it was cracking. So I had to move this over to my nightstand and put like a plastic container in my bag. So while I understand that this packaging is probably better, I just think it's kind of a design flaw for a product like this, where you're really like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like reshaping and needing to like bend the packaging around. So I would not repurchase this. And then to replace it, I've been using the Trader Joe's. This is the Fresh Blooms scented version of their Ultra Moisturizing Hand Cream. For skincare products, I also only used up 2 products in this category. So first and foremost, I used up this Beauty of Joseon Red Bean Water Gel. I love this product so much. Like, this is, I think, one of my ride or die skincare products. I love gel moisturizers for my skin type, and this is like the best gel moisturizer I have ever tried. It sinks so nicely into the skin. It doesn't make me greasy at all. It layers so well under makeup. It's hydrating without making me like overly greasy and then breaking me out. Not pore clogging. is pink, which is like a fun little benefit. But I love this so much. Like truly, I have not used a gel moisturizer I like as much as this product. So unsurprisingly, I did just buy the same thing, and I'm just using up another one of these now because it works that well as my morning moisturizer. And then the other product I used are these MedLife face towels in ultra soft. There's 100 in these. If you guys have watched my previous empties videos, I feel like I always just repeat the same thing about these, but these are like one of my bougie purchases where you don't need it, but it's kind of like a nice convenience product to have, because I don't like using anything that's reusable to dry my face off, just because I'm a little acne prone and the reusable things just never feel clean enough for my skin. But I love these. They absorb pretty well. They're decent size. I've used them before. Also, I like to put micellar water on and remove makeup. Like, they're multi-purpose. I like these. They're kind of bougie. They're not crazy expensive, but they're more expensive than like paper towels or something. But I like these, and unsurprisingly, I'm just replacing them with the exact same thing. So kind of boring this month for the skincare category. Next is my hair care category, where I finished up 3 products this month, starting with just like the little baby sample size. This is the Moroccan Oil Mending Infusion Hair Oil to help seal split ends. I thought this was perfectly fine as a hair oil. Like, it didn't leave my hair feeling particularly soft. After one use, I didn't really notice a huge difference with it. Like, it was just kind of meh. Also, I'm pretty sure Moroccan Oil is not a cruelty-free brand. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they are not cruelty-free. So just because it didn't wow me, there's hair oils I like more, and because it's not cruelty-free, I would not repurchase this product. And I'm going back to the 2 hair oils I'm using right now. I use 2 hair oils because they have 2 different purposes for me. So the Bread hair oil, this says it's an everyday gloss. For my hair type, and it's just a little bit too heavy and leaves my hair looking greasy when I use this. So on wash days, or like now that it's pool season again, I will put a hair mask in and then put this over to seal the moisture in from the hair mask before I wash my hair out. So that's really only used like maybe once a week. Again, with pool season, that might increase a little bit. And then I also use the Odell hair oil. This is, it says it's for high shine and hydration. It has baobab, argan, and 100% natural fragrance in it. This is my everyday or every night hair oil. It is so lightweight. I use 1 pump on like each half of my hair, so 2 pumps total. So lightweight, doesn't leave my hair feeling greasy at all. It just leaves it soft. It like helps it from getting super tangled. So I love this. This is like my holy grail hair product right now. And then also for hair products, I used up my Black is Beautiful Intense Hydrating Treatment. It has golden milk with honey and coconut oil. It repairs hair and restores moisture after the first use. I don't know if this is specifically supposed to be a hair mask, or if like for drier hair people use it as a conditioner. I'm not sure. For me, I use this as a hair mask, and oh my gosh, y'all, I loved this product. I've tried quite a few hair masks, and truly, I think this is one of my favorite products I have ever used as a hair mask. So hydrating, leaves my hair so soft and silky without leaving my hair feeling super weighed down. I love this. It also smelled so nice, like just had like a very soft, warm, cozy scent to it. This is incredible. I am absolutely going to rebuy this when I run out my other hair masks, and I believe that this is cruelty-free. Don't quote me on that. I will double check that before I rebuy it, but I feel like I looked it up and I think that this is cruelty-free. But I love this. Truly one of like the best hair mask products I have ever used. Now, as a replacement, I am using the Eva NYC Therapy Session Hair Mask. This is powered by argan oil and plant protein. I have been holding on to this because I feel like this was such a hyped up hair product, and this is the original formula, which people loved, and like people were sad when it got reformulated. So I've been holding on to her for the right moment to use her, and I think now is finally that time. So we will see if she actually lives up to all of the hype from the internet. And then last but not least, for hair, I finished up the Marc Anthony Grow Long Scalp and Hair Serum Anti-Breakage Formula with rosemary oil and caffeine. If y'all know anything about me, y'all know this is another one of my hair like holy grail favorite products. I think last year I used up at least 5, I want to say, of these. I love these. They are not intentionally for hair growth or hair lengthening, but because it has the hair strengthening properties, I think it does in the long run help your hair stay longer because it's not breaking off. And here's the thing, like, I haven't touched my roots for quite some time, but as you can see where it's kind of becomes like reddish, from here all the way down, like, it has been dyed, it's been bleached, all of the things have happened to it, so it's a little weakened and fragile. So if I can help the new hair grow in and give it a fighting chance to stay a little bit healthier, I'm going to do that. Again, this is not going to be like a miracle overnight, crazy life-changing product. I definitely think this is just a product that as you use it consistently over time, it just helps your hair in the long run. And unsurprisingly, I'm just replacing it with the exact same product. And then surprisingly this month, makeup was actually my largest empties category. This was a little bit of a light month, I think, for empties. Like, I think this is my lowest month so far this year. I don't know if I was just a little burnt out on Project Pan. I was also moving. I don't really know what it was. Like, it was just kind of a light month, and I felt like I didn't feel quite as motivated or driven to actually use up my products, but it is what it is. But let's delve into my makeup ones. So let's just start with the 2 boring ones. The first one is the Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Sugar Cookie, which is just a translucent shade. I love this setting powder. Truly, this is like my favorite loose setting powder ever that I have used. I use it to just like really lightly bake. I don't intensely bake, but I just do bake a little bit because I work like 10.5, 11-hour days. So if I don't bake at least a little bit, my face will be like a total grease pit by the end of the day, especially now that it's summer. But I love this because it doesn't pull up my foundation products at all. I feel like so many loose setting powders I use, when you apply them to bake, it just instead pulls up all of your product and leaves you looking patchy. I don't have that experience with this. It doesn't end up leaving me looking like really cakey anywhere, or like you can't really see like a powder buildup. I do think it doesn't keep me totally from getting greasy, obviously, but it helps just keep that shine matted down a little bit throughout the day. So I love this, like truly my favorite setting powder ever. I feel like a lot of times my makeup is kind of boring because I have found a lot of products that I like and then I just keep rebuying and reusing those. This is one of them. I'm replacing it with just literally the exact same powder. And then I also finished up the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD Concealer. This is in the shade Light Tan. Again, I love this product. It's kind of a holy grail for me. It is so hard for me to find foundation products or base products that match my skin tone and my undertones. And this is a pretty darn good spot on match for me. It's not quite exactly perfect, but is the best I have found, and I don't think it looks super off or like noticeably off a lot of the times. I love this. It's a nice consistency. It's like thick enough to kind of cover up blemishes without being so thick that it looks cakey. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. It's affordable. I love this product, and unsurprisingly, I'm replacing it with the exact same thing because when I find a base product that works, y'all know I am repurchasing that. I also used up this little travel size, I guess, like small size mascara. This is the Benefit Bounce Bad Gal mascara. For anyone who's curious, this is what the wand looks like. I thought this was a perfectly fine mascara. I'm gonna be honest. I wear falsies. I don't have lashes that ever look super noticeable. And all mascaras are just kind of the same to me. I know technically there's differences in formulas, there's differences in wand shapes, all of that, but to me mascaras all look the same, and there is not one mascara that I have ever met that has changed my life that I feel like looks amazing on my lashes. And this is another one that was just like perfectly average whatever mascara to me. Benefit is not a cruelty-free brand, so I mean, not that I really purchase like high-end mascaras out of pocket anyways because they look the same. But even if I was to buy like a high-end one, I would not buy one from Benefit because they're not cruelty-free. So I thought this was perfectly fine. I don't know, it's whatever to me. And to replace it, I'm using the Tarte Man Eater. I did not buy this out of pocket. This is what the one looks like. I got this like a year or two ago when they were doing like their 7 products for $77 or whatever. Like one of the categories you had to choose, I don't know if you had to choose a mascara product or if it was like an eye product. I feel like it may have been a mascara product. So I just got this one to test out. It's whatever. And then I also got this as a free sample. This is the Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational Mascara. So these are the 2 that I am currently using. And then the most exciting part of this video is that I had 2 lip empties this month. Normally I have 0. So having 2 is a huge accomplishment for me. Listen, y'all, I don't know if people are just like eating their lip products or what they're doing, but people be going through lip products so fast. And like I use lip products every day and like I just do not use them at the speed that other people are using them. So I don't know what it is, why I am so much slower at them, but I finished 2. Let's start with the sample size because that's maybe a little less impressive, but this is the Laneige lip sleeping mask in the scent, the flavor berry. It was fine. It was like just like kind of a perfectly average lip mask to me. There's lip masks that I like way more. There's ones that I think last longer or better through the night. Like I didn't think the wear of this was super great. But that being said, I do think it left my lips a little bit more moisturized or hydrated. Like my lips didn't feel dry while I was using it. Like it did its job. Laneige is not a cruelty-free brand. Unfortunately, I wish it was, but it is not cruelty-free. So for that reason also, I would not repurchase it. Also, I have a small gripe that so many lip masks come in tubs or like little pots because I don't like the feeling of having to dig my finger in and apply it. Like it feels unhygienic and then my finger's sticky. I don't like that is the packaging for lip masks, and I get that it's because they're thicker and so it's easier to put them in this. It just, I don't know, the application process is just not my favorite, but that's just me griping about it. But yeah, perfectly fine. I didn't love the scent of this one. Like I've smelled some other Laneige products in store and there's other scents I like better from them. This one is just not my favorite. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've rambled long enough about that. It was perfectly fine average to me. And now I'm using my Naturium Fido Glow lip mask. As you can see, I've made a pretty good chunk or a pretty good dent in this. I love this. This is my favorite lip mask product I have ever used. So thick, so nourishing, so glossy. I love this. And last but not least, I finished up a lip balm. This is just my clear lip balm that I always keep at my getting ready little vanity station in my bathroom. This was the Vitamasks Lip Butter Balm in the Sweet Mint scent. Y'all know me, y'all know I love a minty lip product. This one wasn't quite strong enough mint for me, but had a nice like soft subtle mint scent to it. I really like Vitamasks products. They're very affordable. They feel nice on the lips. They're pretty hydrating and nourishing. They do have that like buttery kind of pillowy soft creamy formula to them, which I really like. And this is what the applicator looks like for anyone cares. It is like a hard plastic one, but I think this is a great affordable option. I don't know if I would repurchase this myself, only because I feel like there's so many lip balms that I want to try that I don't think this has blown my mind quite enough to repurchase it when there's other lip products I want to try. Speaking of other lip products I want to try, I'm now using the Thirsty Cowboy Butter Balm in Raspberry that has prickly pear in it. This is my first product from Thirsty Cowboy I have ever used. I think the packaging is so cute on this. Unfortunately, I did buy this when it was the old packaging that didn't actually have a lip applicator yet, so just like comes straight out of the tube and you have to apply it that way. But we are testing this product out and this brand out now. But yeah, that was all of my May empties and replacements. If you guys have any questions on any products I used, if you guys have any advice on what brands are or aren't cruelty-free that I may have messed up on or didn't know, please let me know in the comments. And thank you for hanging out with me for so long.